Welcome to Lace 'em Up Podcast. My name is Davidedo, and I am your host. And we back like we never left. Since we back, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done so already. This episode is going to be different, guys. We're taking it on the road. We're going to Podcast Summit. Podcast Summit is going to be in Atlanta, Georgia. ATL, stand up. We're on our way, baby. Yeah, on this episode, I'm just going to be sharing with you my experience while I'm there. Maybe some of the things that I see, some of the nuggets and tips and tricks that I may pick up. So stick and stay with your boy. Let's go.
Listen, it takes wisdom to grab these sneakers and spin them. Cut a couple of linen and match them up with the denim called Davidedo. He'll cook it up like a kilo and have your Air Ones appropriate with the stilo. He's no Lilo, but he's mean with the stitch. Got supreme lean dreams.
Movement without a community. I know Neil said I'm a movement by myself. No, you're not.
So now I'm a multi-millionaire and I built multi-million-dollar companies, not because I had a trucking company, a toothpaste company, and a licensed cosmetology business, and I was in construction.
But I want to speak a little Espanol for you guys because this next brother is the master of not only creating communities, but creating courses for your community. Our brother, Jose. All right. Can we celebrate him one more time as you sit down? All right. All right, and just in case you didn't know who I was, I'm Jessica S. Smith, host of Just Ask the Podcast. We create a safe space for influencers. Decompress that one, and guess what? Just ask.
All right, so if you have not recorded yet, I'm saying before this weekend is out, record something. You at Podcast Summit. Like if you're not going to record after the energy from Podcast Summit, when are you going to record? Like, just tell me when. Like this is the event of the year for podcasting. So if you don't get it done this weekend, and I'm not saying like you just say it don't have to be an hour. But my goal for every one of you in the room, and everybody's at different stages, so I can't say make sure you upload. No, wherever you are, let's just get the next step done. And I'm like, now. Like, don't leave here this weekend without getting the next step done. If it's equipment, to my friend here, like, let's talk equipment before you and I leave the room today. You get what I'm saying? Now, all y'all don't come rushing me on that. But please hear what I'm saying. Let's focus on the next step, because if you get that done, guess what? Like Jose said, all the other ones gonna start popping up, all right?
Again, we're going to do it ugly. We're going to do it ugly. A lot of us are waiting for perfection. Oh, my hair did, not did. My eyelashes are not done. My hair not cut. Again, making excuses that sophisticated lies. So you lie to me, you know both of us. Right? And if we knowing that in that space that, again, is life or death for somebody, you're going to show up. The do it ugly also not just in regards to my podcast, it's removing all of the excuses, but it's also removing the baggage. A lot of us got a lot of baggage, right? Of why we can't. We've been hurt, we've been traumatized. Always, and I said this on one of the other calls, I was like, right now, anywhere in USA, there's a 10-year-old with less resources, less knowledge, but they also have less baggage. Yeah. But they will reach 1 billion before any of us. Why? Because we got the baggage. Oh, you can't. You've been told all the time. So when I say as far as doing it ugly, it's not just doing it ugly in regards to my podcast, my program, my course, my ebook. But maybe you got to talk to that family member that you're estranged from. Maybe you need to do, I need to go out and start drinking more water. I need to walk more. Let me get into that prayer closet. I need to start this workout. I need to do this thing. Why? Because how you do anything is how you do everything. And if you're not doing everything as far as here, you're not going to do it over there. So when we saying they're doing it ugly, it's mean, all right, you know what? I'm not waiting for perfection. Okay, you missed that first time. The second best time to do it is right now. You missed it. It's over. Okay, cool. And we always say, I wish I woulda, coulda, I wish I had a time machine. I get it. But right now, you do have a time machine for yourself for 10 years in the future. What are we going to use with it?
say thank you to y'all because, you know, most people don't bet on themselves. Most people don't invest in themselves. You know what I mean? Y'all invested in yourself to be here, to be at Podcast Summit, to be trying to do something. So stop overthinking and go.
All right, that's been day one, 7-Figure Podcast. It's your boy Davidito. Let's my podcast. We out here. All right, day two. I'll see what's happening in the year. About to get ready to get started. Got ready for day two. Let's my podcast is actually the first day of Podcast Summit. This is actually the first day of the summit. We're about to get started, Let's get into it.
So this is how we gonna set the stage, this is how we gonna set the tone. When I say something, and you feeling what I'm saying, we say, okay, I got a few trappers up here. Okay, so everybody not trappers yet.
Been 20 years.
Let's get to work. They got some powerful people here, so I'm not going to talk about what they talk about because they know, right? So here's where I want to go. So first thing I want you to do, and like I'm going to do it, but when you think about your podcast, every podcast you do, I want you to do this, right? So before you do your podcast, I want you to spend about 20 to 30 minutes, like really thinking about this particular episode, what's the rationale behind it, right? Listen to me very closely, because sometimes some of you, what you do is you're so excited to do the podcast that you just rush, right? So I don't want to use this term because I don't know who's in the room, but let's just say like, you know, we'll call it like preparation before, all right? So let me give you an example today. So my rationale for being here today is that we lose it. As a people, we lose it, right? I'm just being real, we lose it, right? So economically, we living from check to check. We lose it. Now, so I had somebody from my church call me the other day, and they was like, you know, E.T., like me and my wife, we're struggling financially. I said, that's a lie, y'all not struggling financially. Y'all got 3 streams of income. You're not struggling. So it's not a financial challenge, it's a spending challenge. Does that make sense? And I said, really, it's not a spending challenge, it's an esteem challenge. You got a low self-esteem. Okay, come on, somebody talk back to me. Be real, I used to be on that. My daddy wasn't in my life. So I had to deal with the demons in my life so that I can get here. So that's why when I met CJ, I was like, well, be careful with the sex boy, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna grow, but then you're gonna have this thing that you don't have control of, and no matter how high you grow, it's gonna pull you down. So you're 21 right now, and I just wanna, and again, look, I'm just being real. You can watch TV and you can see some individuals who killed again here, or had some addictions here, and it just tear up everything you do. Like it just tear up your whole legacy. Does that make sense? So one of the demons I had to deal with is my biological father not being in my life. One of the demons that I encountered, right, and I established a relationship with was the need to be affirmed, right? The need for applause. So what happens is when you have that demon, you're not buying the stuff that you're buying because it's a necessity or because it's a return on your investment. You're buying it because you want to get the attention of people. Does that make sense?
Show, educate, add value, and they end up doing something really phenomenal for them. Okay? There's two ways to go about whitelisting. Initially, we had a deal for a percentage of ad spend. Okay, so every, as they're putting money into it, I'm getting, say, 5% of that ad spend that they're putting into it. Okay, or 10%. Initially, it was 10%. And the numbers weren't matching up for them. So we changed it to a flat fee, where they pay me, say, 10.
Is this really a brother? Is David Shands? And recently, within the last few years, really, it was September 2022, I came here, Atlanta.
Okay, this is day 2, podcast summit. It's your boy Davidedo from Lace 'em Up Podcast. This morning has been absolutely nuts. We had Kev on stage. We had ET hop up on and drop some game. David Shands gave us some history and also dropped some game. Thanks for tuning in, man. Stay with your boy. We still got a whole nother day of this. A lot of information to take in, a lot of gems. I'm excited. Stick and stay with your boy. Okay, we're back at it. This is day 2 of the podcast summit. This is actually day 3 for me. I got to experience a little bit of the inner circle stuff on Thursday, which was dope. Just getting some information there. Some amazing speakers here. Excited about the experience. Got to jump on a couple of interviews with a few different people. Getting some more subscribers. I know one thing, if I come back next year, I gotta do it way bigger. I need to bring some of my products to be able to sell, just to see people out here with the hustle spirit and getting after it has been phenomenal. So day 2, check out some of the clips from day 2, and then I'll be back to you to wrap this experience up, man.
When I'm over. Okay, right here. Don't go over there, she said. She said, don't go there. All right, so stand in the center of the stage. I like to walk. Don't hold it by the bottom. Okay, y'all want me to hold it like a rapper. Okay. Well, we about to get ready. All right, so here we go. I'm going to hold it at the top. Well, never mind. Every time you show up to the microphone unprepared, you are not just missing a moment, you are missing a movement. Every time you show up to the microphone unprepared, you are not just missing a moment, you are missing a movement. So why do I say that? Preparation is a separation factor. Because every time I sit down on that seat, in that seat, to Gail Barton Powers Talks, I am more than prepared. My guests who come and sit with me, they say, oh my God, you did your homework. Junior Show. He's a best-selling author and ranked in the top 20 motivators and speaking in the United States of America by Dr. Eric Thomas, a.k.a. the hip-hop preacher. His art ranges from music and pretty movies to major acting roles on BET's Kingdom Business and the Fox Network's Truth Talks Television. He has the fastest-growing podcast, the Love You More Show. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage is the master storyteller himself, Willie Moore.
If you guys are serious about running a business and being successful, I need you to understand that you need leads every single day. If you don't got leads, you don't got a business.
Originally, the shot was set up with the window, the natural light behind us. And I said, I asked the producer, I was like, can you break down to me why you chose this shot? And then she was like, well, because the window light. I was like, okay, great. The window light's behind us. What would you do now knowing that
entrepreneurship is for me? Let me take what it is that I have learned from here. But sometimes making that step, David, is difficult because
you don't care about your pride?
No, I quit my job. I handled it. I quit.
So you're not in corporate America?
I walked away. So, you have time for my story?
No.
Well,
actually.
Please make sure you have your boarding passes out and visible.
After podcast summer in the airport, getting ready to board.
And that you only have 2 items. The first.
Okay, Lace 'em Up fam, we made it back safely. It's a couple of days. I was exhausted afterwards. Like I said, it was a phenomenal podcast summit 2025. Great experience. Picked up a lot. It was great to see everyone there. Like I said earlier, man, with that hustler spirit, so that was a beautiful thing. But I promised I would give you some tips, some tricks, some things that I picked up while I was there. I'm gonna give you 3 really quick ones. Thank you for sticking and staying with your boy. So, the first one, right, is investing in yourself. Yep, you heard me. Investing in yourself, man. So, let me share something with you real quick. This for me is probably the first time I really invested in myself, and I don't know what it was. Something in me it didn't feel right. It didn't sit right for a while until I got into the space and got into the room and felt the energy, right? So I think a lot of us wait till everything is perfect. We've listened to the naysayers a little too much, a little too long. So take the opportunity. Step forward. If there's not an opportunity, make one and invest in yourself, man. Most people don't do it. So they just sit there and play the wish, shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and it never, ever happens, right? Stop being afraid, man. We say it every week, fear is fake. Stop being afraid. Invest in yourself. Make it happen. Everything doesn't have to be perfect the first time. Let us grow with you. Hopefully you're growing with me in this process. That's tip number 1. Tip number two, specifically when you developing a podcast or having a podcast, is preparation for your guests. I think it was some really good tips given in that, in how to go about prepping, how deep of a dive you need to do when prepping and trying to get to know whoever's going to be on your podcast, right? So that was tip number 2. Make sure you're ready. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. Prep, right? And tip number 3 was probably one of the strongest nuggets I took from the whole experience, right? Make sure that you have a direct contact with your customer, right? That's the, if you're doing this as a business, that's the biggest thing, right? Having a direct contact with your customer. We talked previously a little bit in one of the other episodes about marketing and the experience your customer has. But in order to create an experience with your customer, you have to have a direct contact avenue lane to them. So I don't care if it's email, I don't care if it's phone numbers, whatever the case may be, if it's mailing addresses, have some way to directly get to your customer. So build up your customer list, your contact list, right? So that's 3 tips right there. 3 strong tips. I feel like are strong tips for you to take away in starting your podcast. Man, being able to spend 3 days with some podcast gurus was phenomenal. And like I always say, fear is fake. Creating is problem solving. Peace. Hey, if you like this episode, you want to see more interviews with more shoe customizers, more artists, more creatives on here, check out those videos right here. And don't forget to subscribe.
Whoa. Listen, it takes wisdom to grab these sneakers and spin them. Cut a couple of linen and match them up with the denim called Davidedo. He'll cook it up like a kilo and have your Air Ones appropriate with the stilo. He's no Lilo, but he's mean with the stitch.